Hi, my name is Kent Chase, PGA golf professional. Today we're going to talk about the moment of impact. In previous sessions on Creating Young Masters, we've talked about Category 1, pre-swing. What goes into a proper setup? Category 2, backswing, how to take it from the proper setup to the proper place, which means we were able to get involved in Category 3, the initial move of the downswing motion. So Category 1, pre-swing, Category 2, backswing, which means we're coming from the place. If we do that right and that right, we're coming from the right place. Thus, Category 3, the initial move of the downswing. On plane, on path, all kinds of good things are preparing for the moment of impact, which is today. Today we want to talk about the moment of impact and what happens at the moment of impact. Actually, 5 things happen to that golf ball. The golf ball responds to those 5 things. It responds to the direction that the club head was traveling, the club head path, where the club face was aiming at the moment of impact, and its relationship to that path, where the ball is contacted on the club face itself, the angle at which the club descends or ascends upon the ball, and speed. Those are the only 5 things that matter to that golf ball. Path, face, angle of attack, squareness of contact, and speed. Here's the issue we have, and here's why we're so involved in high-level training and doing our fundamentals in a proper manner or fashion. We need to do them correctly, because what I just said was that if your club head path is traveling perfectly directly down the intended target line and your club face is aiming perfectly square to the intended target at the moment of impact, and you contact the ball perfectly squarely on the sweet spot of the club face with the proper angle of attack, ascending or descending, then if you've selected the correct club for the given distance, all you need is a perfect amount of club head speed and you hit the perfect shot. So it's a little more difficult than it sounds. All those 5 things have to go down together. So wow, that means we do have things that highly influence the equation of what happens at the moment of impact when the ball explodes off the club face. It's pretty amazing what actually happens. That's why we grip it in a particular manner, because our grip highly influences where the club face is going to arrive at the moment of impact. We align ourselves in a particular manner because it highly influences the path. We posture ourselves in a particular manner because it highly influences the place that we're going to be coming from, which influences the path as well. We have the ball in a particular place in our stance because it highly influences where the bottom of the arc is. If it's too far left, we have to lean in or swing left. If it's too far back, we have to swing underneath or hang back. Different things happen. So we have to know where our ball goes in our stance. Grip, alignment, posture, ball position, up the plane to the place, the initial move, we've done all that. Now we're going to learn the moment of impact. So the moment of impact is because of all that stuff that we already did in Category 1, Category 2, Category 3. So now the preparedness is that should just happen automatically. But we do a few things. We need to hold on to our shaft angle. We have to start with our hip bump like we've learned a little bit in the past, but then we have to hold our shaft angle down, and experts learn how to bow it down. That means their left hand assumes that type of position, which helps us have the shaft back, which helps us compress the ball. Compressing the ball is actually a matter of the club crashes into the ball and it squishes and it releases. The better we can compress the ball, the more consistent backspin and the more distance we'll have. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of demonstrate what I'm talking about, but finding this moment of impact, please remember, have to start in the right place, grip, alignment, posture, ball position, then take it to the correct place. I'm going to have to explain that a little bit. We have to actually go a little bit to our right to get loaded up on the right side. We don't want to rock out and all that, but so we're going to be on our right side for a particular reason. We want to be able to be on this right side so we can be behind the ball at impact, but we're going to also go towards with our hip bump. Most people tend to go this way first, or this way first, or different ways first, and it alters things quite a bit. So we're going to learn how to go bam, bam. Notice that my hand is bowed down. That means it's taken on a form where it's actually pronated like this. It's not like that. That's cupping it up. A lot of amateurs cup it up. We want to bow it down. Not cup, yes, bow. People add shaft or throw away their shaft angle, add loft. They don't know why they hit it so short. We de-loft. People go like this, have to throw it like that. Hangbackers have to do whatever they try. Who knows what they're going to do. But basically, we're going to get back where we got to belong. We're going to initialize with the hip bump, and we're going to allow this to happen. Perfect would be if I had an impact bag here, I'd be crashing it into the impact bag over and over and over and over again, learning the way the ball's going to start exploding off your club face when you find out how to compress it. To compress the ball is a big thing. Most people don't compress the ball. We're going to learn how to compress it. All right, so we're talking about the moment of impact. I'm going to add a few key components. The moment of impact pretty much occurs because of what we did before and because of where we're going to, which is the next part, the finish point. So we are in this place. We all probably remember how I talked about this in on the backswing positions, how everything's level and on plane, and we had lines and all that stuff. And then we're going to go to the impact position where we compress the ball with the shaft angle leaning back, usually quite a bit more than it was at address. Actually 8 degrees is the average I found on tour, is the shaft lean from address compared to impact on a standard golf shot. So now on the way through, we're also going through another point where my right arm's parallel. When the right arm is parallel to the ground, the elbow should be equidistant from the ground. It's a beautiful thing. So if we're coming from there and going to there and doing this and that, impact just occurs, and it's wonderful. Then we can learn how to add speed by rotating faster, by releasing faster. The releasing is basically the folding of the left arm on the way through right there. You see it fold? Bam! Split grip drill is the best way to learn how to fold it faster. It folds, snaps almost. It's a beautiful thing. And what's going on is a lot of miles per hour. The ball's being compressed, and the ball's being squished with those miles per hour, and it's propelled towards the target consistently because we're coming from the place. So we can add speed without fear of losing direction. All right, so the moment of impact, the best drill that I've ever found that a person should do, and I'm not a gimmick and a gadget type person. I really don't like very many gimmicks and gadgets. They're just a bunch of inventions that people try this and try that. But the impact bag, man, I'd invest in that one. Everybody in the world should have one of those. And I believe most professionals do, because it really gets you involved in a feeling of what it's like to compress the ball, what it's like to initiate with the hip, and what it's like to crash it in. I'd be going harder right now, but I don't have an impact bag with me right now, and I don't want to wreck this briefcase here. But an impact bag is a huge thing. It's like an interesting thing. If you guys ever hammered a nail or chopped down a tree or chopped wood, everybody seems to know how to hold the angle, or or pound a nail, pound a nail, pound a nail. They never make mistakes like that. But in golf, they all make mistakes like that. So it makes no sense whatsoever. So practice pounding a nail, practice pounding that impact bag with a hammer or even with a big sledgehammer, and then get your golf club out and learn how to do the same thing. My gosh, what a great thing. You'll eventually be able to feel it digging in and almost throw it. And it's a beautiful thing.
This is Ken Chase. Be sure to get a copy of my book, If I Only Had a Mulligan. It is a process I use for developing highly competitive and successful players. Over 50 state high school champions, over 50 scholarships awarded, U.S. Kids World Champions, U.S. Junior Champions, U.S. Amateur Champions, PGA and LPGA touring professionals. Make the most of your time. Remember, how you learn is just as important as what you learn.